Welcome back, guys, to part 6 of the stream, where we haven't really made too many changes since the last time, or since the last stream. In part 5, we did make a few different changes, so if you're not up to date on that, you can see the changes made here. I'm not going to spend too much time going over this. We have three steps ahead and 3 no more lies. We put in 2 soul partition for mono red matchups. We do have 3 Urza Silex. That's been helping us out quite a bit. And just with everybody running just about everything under the sun in every deck, like they have enchantments, artifacts, planeswalkers, and just spot removal is not really doing the trick, so we have Urza Silex in there to kind of come in the clutch and sweep the board a little bit. And we do have 2 Mirrex. So, we are right now at Gold 2. Now we're, of course, trying to climb our way up to Mythic. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into some games. Okay, so it could be a lot worse. It would be nice, of course, I say this all the time, it would be nice to have some earlier interaction. But I think that we'll just go ahead and keep it. Our opponent's going first. So far, their Celestia deck looks like mono green. It's a good thing we've got that Sunfall on hand. We're going to need that for sure. I hope they just keep dropping creatures and then we'll just Sunfall the board. We can also gain some life at the end of the turn with Union of the Third Path. Are they going to use their white mana for anything? Or is it just there for show? I guess we'll find out. Here we go. Okay, resolve that. Okay, so attacking for at least 9 next turn, it looks like, or 10. Should have played the tap land. We could get rid of 2 other creatures with Get Lost. Let's go ahead and pass here. Okay, resolve this. Sure, why not? We could go ahead and union to the third path at the end of their turn here. They're going to be, I mean, to go ahead and get some of that life back and then try to find an untapped land. But we could also, I mean, they might have protection for their creatures if we tried to get lost, a couple of them. So we'll see if we can get rid of this one. And this one. Okay. We found a lockdown, so we could go ahead and get rid of... That works out pretty perfect, actually. Alright, archive. We don't want the other land. We're still doing pretty good. We got the union of the third path, and then we can also draw a few cards, or we could play Farsight during their end step. I think we'll scrutiny and draw 3. Oh, and another union of the third path. Well, I've just got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Diddly-dee. Let's go ahead and play a demolition field. Ooh, Fortune Loyal Steed. I like that card. Okay, scry 2. Hopefully they play another creature at some point here. I'd like to have 3 targets for the Sunfall. What would be really cool is if they go ahead and destroy their temporary lockdown, and then I just sweep everything together. That'd make me really happy. Are you going to attack? Yep, I do have Restless Anchorage over there. He's looking at it. Okay. Let's do this. And then I'll play the other one. Mirex out there. We have 2 Sunfalls. And we're back up to 21. We're just gonna pass a turn. I like their dog pet. At least they have a pet. They're doing an awfully lot of thinking over there. Seeing if there's a way that they can come back from this. Okay, sure. You can saddle your loyal steed. Why not? Okay. Let's see. Should we go ahead and activate Anchorage? I don't think so. I think we're gonna just ritual at the end of their turn. So I hope you guys are having a really good day, and if you're here with me now, I do appreciate it. Thank you for joining in on the 6th part of the series. It's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of mixed emotions about blue-white control with this new meta, but I think we're doing pretty good so far. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll take a get lost in a soul partition. More lovely coconuts for us. Maybe I'll just go ahead and take out the giant beaver. At this point, I just feel like we're kind of toying with them, you know? That could be a mistake, but we'll see. Sure. Okay, they're gonna go ahead and go for the saddle again. Oh, they're gonna attack with both. Sure. And they're gonna scry too. I mean, they are getting the value off of the scry on Loyal Steed. And I think we're in a position to where, I mean, we're okay. It started off looking pretty mono green, and now it's looking pretty mono white. I'll go ahead and soul partition the Loyal Steed here so they don't get the trigger off the map token. Sure, buddy. Sure, why not? Ooh, that's a cool one. Railway Brawler. We'll just go ahead and go into our turn. Get another anchorage down. We'll get rid of these two guys. Okay. Whenever another creature you control enters, put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is its power. Go ahead and soul partition that guy away. Now we call 7. And I think we could go ahead and draw like 5 cards here. Or we could go ahead and attack. I think we should probably attack in. Oh, well, never mind. Well, that's one victory. We're up to gold tier 1 now. So we did have 3 Jace and 1 Teferi in the deck, and just with some of these like Mono Black Discard and Domain Ramp and different decks like that, we've actually been finding a lot of success with just milling them out with 4 Jace. So we've been in some like sticky situations where if it would have won another turn, we would have probably lost. But milling them out before that could happen, finding those Jaces and making it happen, I mean, it was just really awesome. So no early interaction again. But we do have 3 steps ahead on turn 3. We do have the Sunfall. Yeah, let's keep it. Opponent's going first. Maybe we'll draw into some kind of early interaction. And they're starting off with, with no pet. It's so sad. Yeah. Good old Golgari. And good old Deep Cavern Bat. He's gonna take the Sunfall. Ooh, I'm surprised. I do not like Glissa. Hopefully we find another blue source for the 3 steps ahead. I mean, it would have been nice if it came into play untapped. Let's see. Let's go to get it down on the field. And Keeper's Talent. We've been seeing a lot of Innkeeper's Talent. That's a pretty staple card for anybody running green right now. Well, aggro green. I have seen like band control and different things like that. People are getting a lot of usage out of Nissa, which is actually good to see. If we pop a Jace out there, that's probably not a very good time to do that. We're just gonna pass. Okay. Goes to 3. It'd be nice if they played another creature or 2. Of course, we did counter the 1, but hopefully they throw down another creature or 2 here. Aside from Bat would be nice. I feel like if they were to take anything, it would be the Sunfall at this point. I think we're just gonna have to counter. Again, I'm not too keen on using counter spells to, you know, get rid of bats, but I guess it is what it is. And now the Deep Cavern Bat has Ward 1 from the Innkeeper's Talent. Let's see if they play a... Okay, level up to level 3. Alright. Okay, another Innkeeper's Talent. I don't think we like that too much. We're gonna have to counter that. But I'm waiting on the Liliana. So now we're in a situation to where we could really... We're down to 9 life. We could chump block the Bat with Restless Anchorage, but I'm sure they've got spot removal in their hand. And we don't currently have the counter spell for Liliana. If they were to play it, I think we'll Sunfall now. We're gonna need that life. This is gonna become a 4-3. Oh, a 5-4, my bad. And it does have trample. So what do we want to do? I don't really know, to be honest. I do want to play the Union of the Third Path. Maybe we'll just... We could play the Jace. Nah. What we really need is a demolition field for the fountain port over there. So we're just gonna gain some life. We're gonna have to. Okay, so here's 8. Block the fish. Okay. Let's do this first. Then activate the token. Okay, so not a very good spot for us. At all. Could play, if we activate one of the anchorages, we don't have enough for the other. And I don't, they're going to make another token and they're going to pump it up. So I'm just kind of going through the motions here, to be honest. We might as well go ahead and concede. So we started off, I mean, we felt pretty good in that one. Could have waited on the sunfall. We're going to go ahead and jump into another game. You know, it's the 6th, I guess you could say, well, stream of the series that we've got going on. And you would think I wouldn't be quite so nervous, but unfortunately that's not the case. Dog Falls? No. That's a terrible username, come on. Well, we have the early interaction, we've got a few sweepers, got a few lands, and, you know, we've got our colors. I think we'll just go ahead and keep it. Ooh, cheeky mouse. Okay, we'll start off with Anchorage. So temporary lockdown would be pretty good here. I think we're just going to counter their play here, depending. Okay, they didn't have one. So now we're going to have to gain some life. We could go ahead and throw the Silex down, and then... Nah, I think it's going to be better if... We're going to need to sweep the board. Just wonder, like, they'll probably be able to pump this thing up pretty well. So I think we just hold on to the Union. I think that would be okay. Pass. Another one. We gotta counter this one. But they could also have another Monstrous Rage in hand. I think we're just gonna have to counter this one. Okay. Three cards in hand. We could try to gain 7 life. Or we could play the Jace and give this -3, -0. We're so... I think we'll just gain the life and hope that we survive another turn. Okay, so we survived another turn. We're gonna Sunfall. Okay, we got out of that one. Oh, I was so nervous. We're at Gold Tier 1. We got a couple more games to win before we move on into the next rank, into Platinum. Hopefully, we don't see any slick shot over the next couple of games. That'd be really nice. Oh, hey, what's up? I do apologize. I haven't been paying attention to my chat. I'm from the East Coast, actually. Originally from around the DC area. Alright, so we got a couple of counter spells. Gotta get lost. I think we're okay here. I've actually been playing Magic for quite a long time, since I was like 10 years old. So it's been kind of like a part of my childhood, you know, and I played in a bunch of tournaments. Usually in person. But I've been, you know, playing for quite a while, to answer your question. So it looks like we would need a temporary lockdown for sure in this situation. Oh, and speaking of it. Okay, let's pass. Friendly Hippo. That is an amazing username. I'm actually kind of jealous. Volition Reigns is cool, but Friendly Hippo, I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than that, right? For this series, I'm playing blue-white. I don't always... I'm a big fan of, like, Jund mid-range. You know, I do, like, talk badly about mono-red, but I do occasionally find myself playing mono-red as well. But blue-white is kind of like, you know, that was like the first color combo that that I kind of fell in love with when I first started playing. Builder's Talent. We do have the temporary lockdown. I don't think we're too worried about this. We'll just resolve it. In person, just like different tournaments up and down the East Coast. Nothing like huge, you know, but roughly like with about anywhere between 100 to 200 players at just different local card stores and different stuff like that up and down the East Coast. But my main deck, I would have to say that the main one that I play a lot is blue-white control. As of like lately, I don't know, like I play in a lot of different formats as well. So blue-white control is not what everybody thinks it is, to be honest. It's not like, you know, just hold the counter spells. I mean, there's a lot of decision making, of course, like in any color combo that you run, but I just feel like white is a very powerful color. And of course, like, that was my main thought, was white is really powerful with the amount of sweepers and different things that white has going on. And then then you want to draw cards, so, blue comes in. And counter spells, I mean, they're nice, but it's not like if I have a counter spell, I win the game, right? And that's the way that people like to make blue sound. So we've got the carrot cake and a couple of... I mean, we should see... Okay. I was going to say, we should see... we should actually see them quit. A red-black deck? Okay, so Rakdos and artifacts. So is it strictly just artifacts that you run, or is it like what kind of color combo is it? Alright, so we have a case of the stashed skeleton. I mean, everything that they're playing is within temporary lockdown range. We could go ahead and push a Silex out there, but of course, like, Silex is always like kind of awkward, especially when you have temporary lockdown, because of course we don't want to destroy that. I think we'll just draw a few cards at the end of their turn with Silver Scrutiny. Oh, okay. Mono white artifact. Hopeless Nightmare. I don't want to discard a card. We could counter and draw a couple. Or we could just draw like we were going to, and then hopefully just discard a land. There we go. All right. We're gonna have to discard. Well, let's just get the Jace out there.
The weak-minded will be educated in Phyrexia's ways. Our plans are beyond your comprehension.
But yeah, I do find myself playing mono red, Jund. I love mid-range decks. And something about Jund, like, I don't know. I kind of fell in love with that when Stormbreath Dragon was around. And I played it for probably 2 years straight. Just really, really like that deck.
Surrender is simpler.
Let's see. Of course, like, you had Pelucranos and you had Stormbreath Dragon, and that was when, like, you had Theros was in, right? And then you had all the devotion to one. You could have the devotion to one color. You had Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx. Let's just pass the turn. Or, no. Sorry, we're gonna go ahead and give this one -3. Okay, now I'll pass.
Become subdued.
Resolve. You know, for a common, Hopeless Nightmare has a lot of value. I see why so many decks are running it. We'll probably end up just trying to draw a couple of cards off of 3 steps ahead. Let's just counter this and draw the cards. Guess we could, well, let's hold on to the Demolition Field. They could very well have a creature land. I don't know. Then again, I kind of want to keep all the gas that we've got, but I don't want to be in a situation to where I discard it and ends up being a mistake. Oh. Well, they made the decision for me. Yeah, you know, that is a good point. You know, there are a decent amount of common cards out there that have value depending on the way that you play them. You're absolutely right about that. Okay, we're gonna jump into another game. We're doing good so far. Hopefully we can jump into Platinum and get moving on to Diamond. Joe Cool. All right. Well, we have early interaction. We've got all the lands we could ever ask for. And we're going first. We do have Archive. I think we might be okay as long as we start off with the Archive. Okay, so Archive first. Okay, let's see. I mean, we don't really have a whole lot to go off of. They're not really giving any clues away. But I think we leave the temporary lockdown on top. Because it looks like mono red from their pet and their avatar. And of course, we're way off. We got Dimir, black blue. We don't really need the land. There we go. No More Lies is fine by me. Okay. We do have Soul Partition, Sunfall, Temporary Lockdown. If they were to take a card, I feel like they would take the Lockdown. Might as well just go ahead and get rid of it. I don't know. I don't want... So, they're definitely going to be running a Liliana. And I don't want to bounce it with Soul Partition. That was most likely a mistake. We're gonna roll with it. Okay. We're 1 away. We could handle 3 damage. Let him play a couple more creatures. But really just for this series, you know, like I wanted to go ahead and play blue-white control and get to Mythic with blue-white control and then start playing some other things. I just wanted to honestly just make a video about one of my favorite decks. Well, make a series about, you know, my favorite deck in Standard, and just kind of see where we're at, you know, post-rotation into Bloomburrow. And, you know, but once we get through this series, I mean, there's going to be plenty of other types of decks. Yes, I am trying to rank up to Mythic with this one. I've seen like a couple of other decks that are similar to what I'm running now. I mean, I haven't seen Urza Silex in anybody's deck. I am, you know, I mean, there's obviously staple cards when it comes to like, you know, competitive blue-white control, but our exact list doesn't really match a whole lot out there. Very similar, I will give them that, but I just haven't, you know, I try to stay more original as much as I can get, you know. But again, there's just so many staple cards in blue-white control. When you talk blue-white control, you kind of already have an understanding of what those cards are. Okay, it would be nice to be able to draw something other than land. And it looks like they're just going to keep attacking us with Flesh Gorger. Exactly. Yeah. So that's it, isn't it? Like if they're running black blue, I'm always expecting like Liliana for sure. If they're running like Deep Cavern Bat, I always expect Liliana to be in there somewhere. I mean, at least we have a couple of more targets for Sunfall. Let's see. There we go. We're gonna need the life gain as well. So we gain 6, they attack for 5. Leaves us just about in the same spot. We could go ahead and Sunfall. That's gonna leave us closed off. We could play the Demolition Field and kind of do both. I think we're just gonna pass a turn after we drop this anchorage so that we at least have a body to protect ourselves. And then we'll Union at the end of their turn. I don't think I drank enough coffee today. Okay, attack him for 5. Let's go ahead and Union now. Okay, the Silex. That's what we wanted to see. So I just kind of wanted to give like, you know, like a behind the scenes kind of view for trying to get to Mythic, you know, like making the changes in stream, you know, going back and forth on decisions in stream, and just kind of like following along on the entire adventure of trying to rank to Mythic. And I just chose blue-white control to kind of do that to start off with. But we will be playing quite a few other decks as we once we get there, and especially like, you know, once the next season starts, we're going to be moving away from blue-white control for a while. I guess we'll Sunfall. So they're playing exactly like he should be against control, just very conservative, you know. Sure. That must mean that they have a creature land of their own that's coming into play, since they didn't go for the anchorage. Oh, okay. You know, I usually do find myself like hitting mythic. When I actually like want to hit mythic, I get there. Sometimes I just kind of play casually. But over the past few seasons, like, you know, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see if I can get to mythic, and I was playing blue-white control. And then the past 3 seasons that I actually, you know, was trying to get there, I got there. I think the top I was number 1200 mythic. Might have even been higher than that. I don't really like this thing. Can you blame me? We're gonna use the get lost on it. Oh. Well. That wasn't very good. Such an overrated or underrated card, and overrated at the same time. But what can I say? He's getting value. We're dead here either way. Oh. Alright, so let's keep moving right along. It's going to take us 2 games to get to platinum, and that's okay. We're doing just fine. Dr. Jones. It looks really good. We're gonna keep it. Okay. Mono black. Oh, another Demir. Okay, we're gonna hold up No More Lies. I mean, we have a pretty good, solid hand here. So, you know, I've gotten to Mythic with Mono Red, I've gotten to Mythic with Blue Eye Control, and I know those are like the 2 decks where it's kind of like, well, okay, yeah, you know, Blue Eye Control or Mono Red, either one of those. Mono Red, for the most part, especially with Slick Shot right now, they have a pretty easy go, in my opinion. Because out of the past, I mean, not necessarily the past couple of games that I played against Mono Red, but just like through this whole series, we've been going up against, especially when we go up against Slick Shot, generally, like, the game doesn't last past turn 3. Well, we have all 4 of our unions, might as well use one. They might have some flash things in there. Oh, we'll go for it. Okay. We could just get rid of the lockdown, I guess. Yeah, we'll pass and get rid of the lockdown. Sure, we'll resolve it. And get rid of that one. Okay. Passing the turn again. Union again? We keep finding ourselves in a similar situation. Maybe we'll just... I would like to hold on to No More Lies and get lost. I mean, we're at 34 life right now. We could probably afford to get rid of Union. I mean, I'd love to be able to gain all the life. But, kind of want to hold up a couple of spells here. There we go. Okay. Poison counter. Then they're gonna start proliferating a little bit more. We got 4 poison counters. Union again. Of course, like, gaining all the life doesn't really help us in this matchup. They probably, let's see, they have 1 blue source open. They have 6 cards in hand. Playing a Jace now is not ideal. I guess we'll go ahead and get rid of the lockdown. I'm just wondering, like, if they're gonna play the Liliana. Like, I would have expected to see it already. I just feel like if you're playing black, that's probably what you're doing, you know. Okay. And now they're completely untapped. Okay, we'll pass and discard the Sunfall. If we had more land, a couple more, at least 2 more land in play, yeah, I would have pushed the Jace out there, held up the No More Lies. Yep, another poison counter. Okay. If they do have the counter spell, let's see if we can draw it out of their hand. Yep. And let's see what happens if we do push a Jace out here. So right now they're at 40 cards. They've only got 6 in the graveyard. Let's go ahead and just... I'm sure they've got the removal for them.
Surrender every last thought to
Alright, and drop them down to 24. We still need 5 poison counters before we're out of the game. Okay, we did find another Jace. If we can survive long enough, and if we can get them to tap out, we very well may be able to win this game. I don't know why that was a tongue twister. Okay. Let's just go into our turn. There we go. Finally found a land. I could be activating the Mirex as well. I think we'll do that. Maybe if we tap out, they'll tap out for something. Okay. So that gave them a target for their poison counter. Okay, let's pass a turn. This one's really intense. I feel the intensity. I do apologize for being quiet right now. I feel like anything we do, they're gonna give us a poison counter. They have 21 cards right now, and they're left in their deck. Let's get rid of the Silex. They don't have anything in play, so might as well, right? Let's see if we can Farsight Ritual. Would be nice to get a couple more lands and find, you know, another 3 steps ahead. So another land and a 3 steps ahead would be pretty nice. Another Jace would work too. We'll take a Demolition Field and a Get Lost out of what we saw there. Okay. So if we make another token with Mirex, that's going to give them a target for their poison. We'll pass a turn. And Soul Partition will go. Can you guys feel the intensity, or is it just me? The music, the scene, the vibe, all of it. Just very, very intense. And we're sitting here playing a game of chicken right now. Okay. Let's go for it. Let's see if we can get them to tap some more lands. That's really all we're trying to do, is just trying to get them to tap out a little bit more. We're trying to lure them into our trap. So they still have 6 lands open. Okay. Got 3 more poison counters. They are down to 17. Grab another untapped land and a No More Lies. If we can get them down to 15 cards. You know, I could probably push a Jace right now. And then, let's see. It's 4 here. But then we wouldn't have enough. Could wait it. Well, I mean, they are tapped out. If we paid 4, then we wouldn't have enough to play. Wouldn't have the colors we would need to play the other 2 No More Lies. Maybe we just wait another turn. I know the whole point was to try to get them to tap out. So we could try to squeeze a Jace in. They're going to proliferate again. It's going to get us to 8. Let's see what happens. We coaxed a counterspell out of their hands. Let's see if they've got another one. Okay. So maybe that'll give us more of a chance of being able to actually cast a Jace next turn, but they might have enough poison counter, or enough to be able to just give us the other 2. Yeah, there we go. And then they've probably got the other one. They do not. That is very surprising. Let's see if they've got the counter. You got the counter spell? Dr. Jones. Oh, he does. Okay, well, we're probably dead here, guys, with the 10 poison counters. Yep, there we go. And that's game. Oh, that was so intense. If he didn't have the counter spell for the Jace, we would have been right there. But that was one of the more intense games that I've actually played. That was ridiculous. I could feel the tension in the air. All right. No More Lies, Union, and Sunfall. Sure, let's go with it. Opponent's going first, so we can... That's always nice, you know. I mean, as a control player, I do feel like there's a little bit of an advantage. Of course, like, it just depends on the situation. Like, if it's mono red, then I would definitely rather go first. Just being able to get out ahead, and be able to hold our counterspell up on turn 2, as opposed to turn 3. You definitely feel, my gosh, I think my heart rate's up a little bit after that last game. Deduce. Sure, why not? Are we doing a mirror match here? I think this might be a mirror, guys. An actual mirror. You know, I honestly don't remember what set was out when I started playing, and I've been kind of like going back and forth with that too. Been playing for so long, and I don't really remember what the set was. We're gonna just go ahead and counter that. I think it was like sometime around Cold Snap. Somewhere around in there. Let's see. Demolition Field. Let's go with the Murex. Okay, we gotta counter that too. They just keep trying to hammer threats in. Can't say that I blame them. Which I don't know. I always feel like just like wait for your opportunities, you know, to throw your win conditions out there, because, you know, if you're going up against control, you know they've got the counter spells. I just feel like he's wasted so many win conditions. We could either go ahead and demolition field or get lost. I wonder if he's running like Sphinx or something like that. Which, he only has 3 mana open. We're going to go ahead and use the Union of the Third Path. Okay, now we found a Jace. And we could actually play it and counter his counter if he tried anything on his end. Would that be too greedy? They do have a few cards in hand. They've been, but like I said, we want to take advantage of those opportunities too. But I think we'll just pass. We have a Mirex that we can activate at the end of their turn. Maybe try to get in some poison damage. It's Noble Ghost versus Noble Ghost. This is an exact mirror match here. Okay. Sure, activate the Anchorage. Maybe you go ahead and use a map token. You're not going to. We'll demolition field. I think they were trying to use their map tokens like at instant speed within the attack. Well, after he got targeted, he didn't realize that you can't do that. What color do we want? Does it matter? It does not. We'll take blue. Union again. All right. Let's see, we could play Jace. I think we're in a better spot to play him, but we also want the poison counter, or start generating the poison counters. We were going to do it last turn, but we'll definitely do it this turn. Okay, let's go ahead and get a token out there. Another demolition field. We're doing pretty good, if I don't say so myself. We're not doing too shabby. Okay, let's just go ahead and attack in and see what he does. Hopefully nothing. And see, that was, I feel like they have this whole handful of, you know, gas, and but you know, early on they wasted a Teferi, and then they wasted a Jace, they wasted a Beza. Alright, we'll activate Merrick's again. Just like looking for those opportunities, like you just don't want to throw all of your pressure on, like, just because. You actually want to have, like, there's strategy, right? Like, you know that your opponent's going to have the counter spells. You think that you can just, like, overwhelm them with your win conditions and, you know, pull those counters out of their hand, but that's definitely not the way you should be approaching the situation. If that's the way you play, just throwing that out there. That's my 2 cents on the mirror match. I may not be a professional Magic player, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn recently. I mean, at this point, I've been playing so long, I mean, you know. Not saying that I am a pro, but I just bring a lot of experience to the table. So we have the 1 counter. Go ahead and let him tap out on this. Okay. Maybe we actually get a Restless Anchorage going a little bit as well. They're holding up the 3 mana because they know that I was getting ready to play something, a win condition. Which, not to say I don't have plenty of win conditions on the board at the current moment. Do we want to activate? I think we just attack in with the tokens, get them up to 6 poison. Sure. Again! I don't like it! Please stop! Temporary lockdown. Temporary lockdown. Why? You have to ruin our hopes and dreams. We have champagne wishes and caviar dreams, and you bring it all down. You're tearing us down. Well, let's make another one. And let's go ahead and attack in with the Anchorage. Okay, they've got the removal for the Anchorage. Cool. We'll use one of the Demolition Field mana to activate a map. Okay, let's use another one. Actually, let's go ahead and make sure we tap this first. All right. We dug through a couple of land on top. That was good. Activate the Mirax. Maybe we go ahead and... Oh, they have all their mana left open here. Let's go ahead and swing in with the tokens. And he gave us a couple of map tokens, so that was pretty nice of him. We're gonna go ahead and activate those. They need 2 more poison counters, guys. Do you think we can do it? Oh. I don't know why he didn't do that beforehand. Well, we got 3 map tokens. That's gonna be pretty awesome. Oh, we have Jace.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will.
I still have 34 cards in my deck. He's at 36. I wonder if he's just gonna -5 here, or if he's... How many cards do I have in the graveyard? I've only got 10, so he's not going to get the 3 card draw off of the minus ability, or the -2 ability for Jace. You know, you're in a very tough situation. Come on, Gandalf, make a move. You know, I mean... I'm not saying that he's getting ready to quit the game, but I feel like, okay, there we go. But I do feel like more so, like there's so many people that, like, if they're, you know, in the process of losing, they just kind of let it time out and make their opponent sit there. It's kind of like their, like, last-ditch effort to try to get a win, trying to, like, time somebody out, you know, to the point to where they're like, okay, I'm not going to sit here through all this. Okay, we got a couple of Jaces now. They've got 6 cards left. Let's get another Anchorage down. We could go ahead and start popping the map tokens. How many cards do they have in the grave? They got 10. I don't think we really need to be too greedy here. I think we're just going to attack. Okay, 9 poison, and let's just end the turn. Okay, sure, draw a couple. All we need is 1 more point of damage, 1 more point of poison damage, and we are good to go. Okay. How cute. Again, the intensity, you know, I'm sure they're feeling it on their end, this game. It's kind of funny, like I was just expecting a lot more aggro. We've been seeing less and less aggro. Let's go to make another token. See if we can use to get lost on the visa. Then we could go ahead and cast 2 Jace now that they're tapped out. Okay. They made a token of their Beza. They put in a couple of fish tokens. They have 31 cards. What if...
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch. I will shatter your mind.
Now they've got 16 cards. They are completely tapped out. If we play another Jace, I mean, we don't have to block here. We have 17 cards. They might actually play a Jace of their own. Let's just go ahead and do this.
I'll take note of all your failures. Your victory. I pull one thread, and your entire mind unravels.
Okay. We're not going to attack. I mean, it doesn't really matter. You know what? Let's go ahead and attack. Because we can't block. So if they can't finish the game out here, then we win. So what do they have in the graveyard? How many Jaces? They have 1 Jace in there. Two Jaces in there. Then they also have another Jace in exile, so they don't have the Jaces to be able to mill us out. Good game, buddy. Okay, so that was another intense one. Now we're again 1 game away from hitting platinum. I was hoping to move up to platinum a little bit faster today. We had a couple of speed bumps. Me neither. Oh, we've got a 2-land hand. And we're going first. So sad. I know better than to keep a 2-land hand. I've been doing it a little bit too often here lately, and I've been getting lucky. Do we have any clue as to what they might be running? They got some frogs. I mean, I like having the 2 lockdown in the Sunfall. That's really nice. Ah, here we go. Might as well keep it. Alright. Let's see the 3rd land. Hopefully we can get a 3rd land going here. Looks like we're up against Rakdos. Ooh, slick shot. Okay. So we did not find it, but we do have to get lost for slick shot. Or we could do the soul partition. Okay, we're gonna wait for them to target their slick shot. They're gonna go to attack in, maybe get a couple of targets, play a couple of cards. We'll go and resolve that one. Sure. Anything else? Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of slick shot here. A monstrous rage on top. That's wonderful. Yep. Haven't seen our third land yet. That's just hard, you know, when you have that opening hand and you know you've got you've got all that guys. You're like, oh, okay, temporary lockdown, sunfall. It looks so great, and you're like, ah, sure, we'll draw into that third land. It rarely works out. It's just, you know what? We'll pass here. See if they actually go ahead and try to pump it. They do not. Sure. Alright guys, now we're cooking. We have 2 temporary lockdowns, so we could play one and just get rid of this little thing they got going on here, and then they've got the monstrous in their hand, and I don't want them to have... I mean, of course, they're running like hasty creatures. We know that already. We could also play a Jace, take a couple of damage. But I feel like he's still going to just be able to pump it. We're going to just lock down here instead. Ooh, that hurt. Alright, so we got our 4th land. Let's go ahead and Jace. Maybe that'll be enough of a distraction. Because I just don't want to use a temporary lockdown on one creature.
Phyrexia showed me the truth. You can be.
Of course, if they monstrous rage, I mean, oh, Ember Heart, yep. So they're gonna monstrous rage on the Ember Heart and not take the Jace out. So it did work out as a distraction. That was the plan. That was the hope. I didn't know if it was gonna work or not, but hey, we'll take it. Lockdown again. And now we have enough land for Sunfall. Let's see what kind of targets they give us this turn. None. Okay, that's perfect. So they didn't have anything to play, and we do have the counter spell, so we're looking like we're in pretty good shape here. Okay, do they have nothing again? We'll ritual here then. Ooh, wow. Okay. Get lost. And maybe we just... I think the temporary lockdown. And now we have another counter spell. We'll just keep moving along past the turn here. Okay. If we could find a union of the third path or two, we'd be doing a lot better. We'd be in a lot more of a comfortable position. Let's go ahead and pass. We should be attacking with anchorage to a degree, but just with the situation, you never know when they're going to play like a couple of slick shot. I mean, right now they're building their hand up. I feel like it's not that they don't have anything to play. I feel like they're just making sure they've got the win in hand, and then they're going to try to overwhelm me with spells. I feel like that might be more of the case. Okay, well, we have the union. That makes us feel a little bit better, for sure. Okay, well, union now. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. They're probably going to kill it, but we'll try. Okay, they did not. We'll take it. Uh-oh. Okay, sure. Anything else you want to throw onto the board here? Okay, so it gains haste. Sure. Anything else you want to do? Build them up. Build them up, buddy. You can do it. Sure. Anything else you'd like to try? Okay. All right. So they have... Gotcha. Okay. Target creature gets +3/+1. So in turn you may play that card. Let's see. Do we want to get rid of any targets they have? Let's do that. Can't wake up. Maybe we counter this? Actually, we don't have enough to play both counter spells right now, so let's just go ahead and counter and draw. Get rid of no more lives. Okay. Activate one of these. Hold up the counter spell. Alright guys, so there you go. There you have it. We are now at Platinum Tier 4. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into some games in Platinum and see what the meta kind of looks like in that realm of the meta. All right, Mad Dog Lotion. What a name. We don't have any early interaction. Okay. Now those are some sleeves. Let me go ahead and get out of the way so you guys can see it. Pretty gnarly. Okay. So anyways, do we want to keep this hand? I mean, it's not a two-lander. We do have the Silex in case things get a little bit too crazy. We are going first. Here goes nothing. Five minutes later. I know, I take my time too. I get it, you know. I can't complain too much, right? Ooh, carrot cake. We like that. So Sunfall is definitely going to come in handy in this game. We could... I kind of just want them to try to build their board state up a little bit. I feel like if we play the Urza Silex now, they're just going to be hesitant to do anything. We'll just go ahead and pass a turn. Thran Spider. Okay. Okay. I'll take it. All right. Okay, counterspell, a get lost. We do have some interaction. We drew into some, that was great. And this does tap for, oh, okay, not of any color. Unfortunately. Okay, pass a turn. Come on, Mad Dog. What you got? Give us a couple of creatures so we can go ahead and Sunfall. So we're going to go ahead and crack a Demolition Field, get rid of the Meticulous Archive, go ahead and find ourselves another white source so that we, if they play a couple more creatures, that is, we're going to let them go ahead and attack in. We're not going to use our Get Lost in response. There we go. So maybe instead we take a blue source so that we can play our draw spell. Yeah, sure. Oh, that works actually. It's not bad. We'll leave it there. So at the end of their turn, we're going to go ahead and scrutiny. And then we'll have the mana that we need to play the Sunfall. Hopefully they play another creature. Okay. Let me see. I guess it's not gonna let me do that. Okay. Can we do 2? Oh, non-artifact spell. Completely missed non-artifact spell. It's my fault. Okay. Let's see if they've got a counter spell. That's probably like why a lot of these are running blue-white, so they can just counter the Sunfalls, any type of like board wipes. Okay. Never mind. I would assume that they were playing counter spells. Like if I'm playing aggro, like aside from like mono red, I want to make sure that if I'm building up a solid, I want to build up a solid board state. I want to put on as much pressure as possible, and I want to make sure that I've got counter spells in my deck. Because generally, like 9 times out of 10, if control doesn't have an answer like a sweeper early on, like as you're building up your board state, then if they can't play the sweeper, it's usually game over. So just having like the counter spell in hand, building up that board state, I mean, you're just kind of guaranteeing yourself that victory. And I figured with them playing blue-white that they would have the counter spell. Since they're running Synthesizer, I think going ahead and getting the Silex down would be fine. And then we have 5 lands in play. We're going to end up losing a land if we activate the Silex on the same turn. I think I'm kind of curious, just like I want to see what they do next turn if we do have the counter spell. Yeah, let's see what happens. Because I would like to be able to crack the Silex and then pay the extra 2 mana to be able to search for a Jace, on top of it. Get the whole value out of Silex. This town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. Taking a little bit of time here, trying to figure out what they're going to do about Silex, probably. Okay, so I kind of figured that was going to be the case. Not going to do a whole lot of anything. Just because of the Silex being on the field. We could activate our token and attack in. Let's see what the response is to that. Okay. They're taking a little bit of a break here. Okay, so we're gonna no moralize this. Okay. Tapping at 2. I thought it was 1. This is what you get when you play in different formats as well. Well then. Sure. I wonder like how long we could make each turn last. With the timer fuse running down, seems like it's taken like 5 minutes to turn here. I was really hoping to see more aggro. At some point along the line. There's so many aggro decks out there. And we really haven't seen a whole lot of them. I mean, yeah, we've seen mice. But there's so many other different creature types, you know, that are being heavily played, like so many different types. And we've seen rabbits and we've seen mice. Maybe one lizard's deck, possibly. Okay, sure. Oh, a braided net. Okay. Sure, why not? So we're just going to go ahead and use her as a Silex this following turn. I wonder what they're waiting for. The suspense is killing us. What are you going to do, precious? Yeah, we'll go ahead and try to get rid of this thing. Hey, it worked! Okay. Resolve. So braided net is tapping down our Silex. And we could lock down. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. So if they get a couple, they're going to get a couple more tokens off of the synthesizer. This one has flash. We're probably going to have to counter this. And then we have the Sunfall to deal with a couple more tokens. And we're in a situation, so braided net is limiting us with our Silex. So if we could find another Silex, that's exactly where we want to be with this matchup. Carrot cake. They're gonna tap it down again. Yep. If only we could get rid of their braided net. That's the thing, we don't want to run like spot removal for artifacts. And with the board state, like right now we've got, you know, a good different mix. We have you know, just Urza's Silex does work. And right now it's just being nerfed. And they do only have one more counter on braided net. Maybe we can survive long enough. Do they have a counter spell? Okay. Let's go ahead and, while they're tapped out, get rid of one of the 7/7s. Okay, well that does it. So we learned from our mistake there with that game. Going up against, or actually using that Urza Silex, I did pass the turn and wanted to see what they would do because I was curious about how the next turn was going to go. So now we know not to, like as soon as we're in a situation to where we can go ahead and activate the Silex against artifacts, we're going to make sure we take full advantage of that. So this hand looks pretty good. We're going to keep it. We're up against Silly Duck. What do we got here? Sleeves look pretty cool, in my opinion. Alright, so yep, we're gonna keep. I guess they're probably running Boros, if I had to guess. Let's see if we see the white land here. No? Not yet, anyways. Okay. Maybe we could play the demolition field and hold up and get lost. But then again, we could have the untapped lands for temporary lockdown or getting an early Jace in. Let's do archive. Sure. We'll leave that on top. Ooh, Rakdos. Okay, here we go. So Jasper Flint, he does take our spells. And I think we'll just get lost here. Fair enough. Okay. So we play the Silex, or we play the Jays. At the beginning of your upkeep. So he's gonna end up getting a card from us regardless. I think we'll go Demolition Field. They have any, and they don't have creature lands in. Play the Jace now. Maybe we could buy ourselves some time by creating a little bit of a distraction.
Plans are beyond your comprehension.
So a land went into exile, and that's fine. Pretty good little synergy we got going on so far with the Rakdos deck. Oh, hello. How's it going? Fletcher29. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. We are currently playing Rakdos. Playing against Rakdos, sorry. So we can't use the lockdown. We could go ahead and get the Silex into play. I think it's going to be probably the best bet. Yeah, let's go with that. Either way, they're going to be able to do 6 damage to Jace. Let's go ahead and give -3/-0 to Laughing Jasper Flint. They took a Sunfall. Okay. Please, by all means, use the Sunfall. That'd be awesome. Eat some candy. What does this dragon do? Oh yeah. Just haven't seen him in a little while. Okay, what you doing here, buddy? What you doing, silly duck? Uh-huh. You gonna take Jace out? No? Okay. I was hoping it would be a little bit of a distraction for him, but... we can be at 8 life. Right? Maybe. Another one? Well, we're gonna have to activate the Silex. So we'll get the full value out of Jace first and then Silex.
Surrender every last thought to Phyrexia.
Alright, holding on a little bit here. That wasn't too bad of a turn for us. We're in a sticky situation. Luckily, this creature costs 2. Maybe they got a couple more 2-drops in their hand to cast. That would be fine by us with all these temporary lockdowns that we have in our hand. Oh no. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, so we could gain 6 life, play the land, play the temporary lockdown. Okay, let's go ahead and grab a white from this one. And then blue, and then this one. And cast our union. Do the planes. This does have... Okay, the word is to pay 2 life. Let's just go ahead and lock down. There's no reason not to. They have 21 cards left in their deck. If we, well, hopefully we can hang on just long enough to get them down to 15 cards. Maybe they'll draw through their deck a little bit. Hopefully. Luckily for us, we are not bothered by Iridescent Vine Lasher. Yeah, go ahead and pull the basic lands out of there. We got 20 cards left. Take 2 more damage. Alright, well maybe we are bothered by him. Still looking at 20 cards over here. Let's see. Lockdown. They still don't have any creature lands over here. Okay, and we do have a Get Lost. Let's see if they bring anything hasty to the board here. Okay, good. We can use our anchorages to block. They are down to 19. We just gotta survive. If we can just survive. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Activate the Mirax, why not? $17, we're getting so close here, guys. Okay. Is it all over for us right here? It could be all over right here. Very, very well could be. Resolve. They get 2 damage in with a land drop. Yep. And then they burn us out for the rest. Okay, they activate their land. Gains haste. So we take out the one, we activate an anchorage. Are they going to take out the anchorage? Ugh. Okay, let's activate our other anchorage. Block. Okay guys, somehow we survived another turn. They still have 17 cards. Oh my gosh. We need them to get down to 15. Let's go to attack in because our little token can't block. Hopefully they just like don't have anything going on in their hands. Okay, Jasper Flint. Ugh. Sure, why not, buddy? Okay, the only thing that we can do is we can block with the anchorage, and hopefully they don't have a removal spell. Oh, they've got it, don't they? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, what a game that was, guys. That was... that was a crazy one. We were so close to being able to mill them out. If we could have just drawn into another Jace as well, it would have been a completely different story. So let's go ahead and jump right into another one. I'm glitching, huh? Well, I do apologize about that. It looks like everything is going okay on my end over here. So 2 Sunfall, 1 Farsight Ritual. We've got... what do we look like we're playing up against over here? North Face. Again, it would just be really nice to have some of that earlier interaction. But of course, like, we don't want to mulligan into a 2-land hand either. Let's keep it, because our opponent's going first. Oh, it could be. Could be your phone. Hopefully. I mean, nothing against you or anything, but hopefully it is. Hopefully it is just coming from the phone there. Meticulous Archive. Let's go ahead and... I mean, we do need the land for our Sunfall. Well, I think we have enough. We do need that earlier interaction. Okay, so we've got Persistent Marsh Stalker. +1/+0 for each other rat you control. Alright. See Chrome and pass. So now we've seen rabbits. We have seen lizards. Now we're seeing rats. And a temporary lockdown would be so awesome right now. Okay, so just being able to get us to the next turn, I think we're gonna have to play a Jace and +1.
For the sake of Phyrexia.
And see, and that's the thing, like, I've been asking to see, you know, more aggro, and of course as soon as we see it, we don't have a temporary lockdown in hand. Oof. So there it is, guys. That's game. So again, like, you know, we're still at platinum, you know. We've been in situations where we've had lockdown, temporary lockdown, and it hasn't really helped us out because we've been going up against more decks that are playing around it. And it always seems like we have it. I mean, I'm not going to say we haven't had it in the clutch, and it is a clutch card. But that matchup, well, going into the stream, I knew that there was going to be a lot of aggro decks. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to make sure temporary lockdown is in my hand every match. Mulligan until I find it, that kind of thing. Like, but then I just started getting comfortable with not seeing very many aggro decks. And so now I know Rats is pretty powerful. So we got the temporary lockdown in our opening hand. We do have the land enough to play it. 2 No More Lies. We'll go ahead and go with that. What's up, Batty? I do talk a lot of trash about bats and Magic, but I'm a huge fan of Batman. I'll just throw that out there. The irony. I guess that's ironic, I don't know. I just don't like Deep Cavern Bat, man. I really don't like I don't like that card. Alright, we have some Warzov going on over here. So they're playing bats. I don't know if we want. I don't think we do want to counter this one. And plus, we've got the temporary lockdown. They're gonna gain life throughout this match, regardless. And apparently, so are we. Do I want to maybe pop the... No. We'll just pass and see what they do. It would be nice if we had some more, like, battlegrounds to work with. Okay. Let's go ahead and let that resolve. Or do we... I mean, it still gets trapped by the lockdown. Let's go ahead and just get rid of it. You know, that's really hard for me. Like, I grew up on Batman comics. So the question is, Batman movies or comics better? I think, like, oh gosh, that's so hard for me. I think I'd have to go with the movies. see. Mr. Twilight didn't do so bad of a job, you know, with its most recent Batman movie. I think the way that it was directed was pretty awesome. They had a pretty awesome take on the Penguin as well, which I believe is either it's already out or it's going to be a series on HBO. I'm pretty excited for that. Of course, I'm watching so many things right now that it could, you know, I couldn't stand if it doesn't come out for a couple weeks or so. So they do have the fountain port over here, and it would be nice to go ahead and be able to destroy that with a demolition field. I don't like fountain port at all. It's kind of like replacing the Mirex, just given like a 1/1 fish token. But I gotta say, like, Jack Nicholson in the original, well, I call it the original, but Jack Nicholson did a great job as a Joker. Heath Ledger, of course, was just phenomenal, and I honestly don't believe that there's ever going to be a better Joker than Heath Ledger. I'm also a big fan of the Crow movies. Like, The Crow was like one of my original, like, all-time favorite movies, and I'm kind of upset that they did a remake of it, but I more so just want to see, like, how badly they destroyed it. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't handle them destroying, you know, Joker makes the movies, and I couldn't handle them bringing in a terrible Joker. Exactly, Heath Ledger did ruin the Joker for everyone else, hands down. There's nobody that's going to be able to take on that role and feel confident and comfortable, you know. Okay, so they haven't activated the fountain port yet. We need to draw into some land. We could play the Jace and minus.
Your hope is wasted. You cannot win. No secret escapes my grasp.
Okay, hopefully we can draw into a land in this next turn. But I did grow up, you know, with the comic books. I was always a big fan of Batman. He was always my favorite, just because he was more, you know, like he didn't have the powers, and you know, he was just a real dude out there tearing stuff up, and you know, gotta have respect for a dude like that. Plus, he stands up to Superman. You know, what dude in the right mind is gonna stand up to Superman? Batman versus Superman was just ridiculous. Of course, in my opinion, we didn't really have the best Batman for that movie. We had the perfect Superman. Henry was the perfect Superman, hands down, but we did not have the best Batman at all. Mr. Ben Affleck. All right. What do we want to do here? Maybe... So whenever a bat attacks, you can also pay 2 with its ability. So a demolition field, for sure, obviously. He is rich, that's true. He's just like a cocky rich dude, like, yeah, I'll stand up to Superman, sure.
Become subdued.
Let's just soul partition this thing. I don't know what you call it. I still don't know what you call it. Does anybody know what you call that card? Is it Zoraline or Zoraline? I'm really not sure on the pronunciation of that thing. Is it more like Sweet Caroline? Ba ba ba? Or is it more like Jolene? Jolene? Is it more like that? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that card. Oh, I've been playing Magic for, like, since, like, probably Cold Snap, I guess. Somewhere around in that area. Like, since I was, around, like, 9 or 10, probably. I do like the bat pet, though. It's pretty awesome. I'll give it that. Sure. Go ahead and pay and draw. Only been playing a year? Well, welcome to the club. You run a burn deck right now? Yeah. I mean, burn is where it's at. Definitely. Mono red is extremely fast. I have actually seen like a version of counter burn, where basically they're just like countering everything in between their burn spells. Okay, attack in for nothing, sure. Yeah, it is good for beginners. You know, mono red is a good place to start just because, like, you know, for one, you're not having to spend, like, now if you're playing Arena, you get the wild cards to be able to get, you know, exchange for whatever other cards that you need. But always starting with a mono color is better, just for the sheer fact that you don't have to spend all of your rares on the lands. Not only that, but you know, typically most of the staple cards in a mono red deck are going to be common and uncommon. So I think it's just a little bit easier to build a mono red deck starting out. And of course, that's going to kind of like get you a few wins under your belt, start earning some gold so you can, you know, get more packs and just keep the process going.
Can be made to
I mean, I'm not going to say that I haven't spent money on Arena, but I've only actually spent money on Arena a couple of times recently. But other than that, like, I've never, you know, found myself in a situation to where I needed to spend the money. All that I'm trying to say is, like, you know, if you're starting out, you know, as long as you're going with something like mono red, I just feel like, you know, let me counter it. Well, actually, they're gonna see it anyways. And I don't know if we're too worried about it. We'll just let it resolve. But yeah, I just, you know, it's great because you don't have to just come in and drop money to have a good deck. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of where I've been too. Like, over the years, it's always been like I've traded cards to get other cards, like when Paper Magic, you know, like I've never had the money to be able to have, you know, 2 to 3 really awesome like tournament decks. It's always been like I had one really solid deck, and when everything kind of rotated out of standard, I would essentially, like, right before rotation, just try to trade up for the cards that I needed. I'm not Batman either. I am not Batman either. I am not liquid. Well, let's just say neither one of us are Bruce Wayne. But, you know, I don't know if that kind of like is the consensus from a lot of people like getting into Magic, if they just think like, oh, like I can't play Magic, it's just a money pit, or, you know, I'm going to end up like being, you know, wanting to drop, you know, $100 to start off. Like, you know, it's none of that. You can jump right into Arena, and there's actually like enough codes online for free to where you can get your hands on a pretty solid collection, you know. And even if you don't have like the standard, you know what I mean, like if you're not playing standard, then I mean, you could jump into so many different other formats. And that's the thing like that I'm really excited for, is all the other formats on Arena. But I think when I started, I mean, I was in the same boat. Yeah, you know, that is another like that's another view, is from a lot of beginners too. It's kind of like a pay to play, right? And you know, to a degree it is, but at the same time, like I've seen some decks that, you know, like that you could probably buy in paper for like less than $50, and they do a really great job at some bigger competition, you know, up against some bigger competition. So again, like it's not all like pay to play, pay to win. I mean, there are some like jank decks out there that just kind of catch everybody off guard, and that's really cool to see. And it happens more often than you would think. No, I really don't. I don't don't really spend much. Just like as when I started off in MTG Arena, I was playing mono red. I was also playing like a mill deck, and those two decks kind of got me going with earning the gold and everything else, and just continued to get packs, and choosing, you know, getting the wild cards and all that kind of thing to get the cards that I needed. And I slowly built a deck that I wanted to have. And honestly, the first deck that I actually put together was blue-white control. So we could just minus Jace here and then activate the Sylex, but then this thing is going to come back, which I don't know if we really care about that. But he has 36 cards right now, and we could go ahead and activate this one and then play another Jace and activate that one. Let's see. And then we do have Aclazotz. I usually call him Alcatraz. We're just going to go ahead and minus 3 the Jace, because he's so close to being milled out.
Retreat is I will shatter your mind.
And then let's just activate this thing. So the Aclazotz is going to become a land. He's going to have to get rid of some lands over there on his end. They'll get back their 2/2 with Death Touch. But yeah, you know, I started off with playing mono red as well. It was just like the cheapest way to get into it, and you know, I'm not ashamed to say that. Again, there's nothing wrong with mono red. I do find myself still playing it, especially against my buddies. Okay, Deep Cavern Bat again with the Zoraline. 26 cards left in their deck. They can attack me for 2. I can also activate their Restless Fortress over there. Alright. So we could play Jace. The following turn, they can attack us. If they do decide to attack us with the Fortress, then we would lose 2 life, and then the damage, that would be 5. That's really close. Plus, if they have another... Okay, so they have the other one in hand still, and it costs 3. Let's just go ahead and go for it.
Emotions are distractions. Focus on the facts. I will surrender every.
So they're down to 11.
Phyrexia.
And hopefully we survive the turn. Okay, so... Alright. What are they grabbing here? Okay. So we're gonna putting in a 1/1. Okay. Down to 13. 12. 11. So am I just taking this 7? Oh, okay. Down to 10. And we are going to Soul Partition the Deep Cavern Bat. Whew. And there it was, guys. We had the win in our hand. We went ahead and grabbed the Jace back. And we had it. We had the win. But unfortunately for us, they pulled it out with the creatures. So far, you know, we're still not doing so bad. We're playing on the platinum level now, still trying to fill it out. Like, this is, of course, like a brand new meta with after the rotation into Bloom Burrow. We have been having a good amount of luck with blue-white control so far. And we are making this series for Mythic. We have our eyes set on Mythic with blue-white control. So we do have a couple of early interactions. We are going first. I probably, I should not keep a 2-land hand, so we're going to mulligan. So this is a little bit worse, but, we could get rid of one of the Sunfalls. Start off with a waste. Of course, they do not have a pet. Hey, well, the demolition field is going to be nice. Play the Mirex, hold up, get lost. Another demolition field, that's perfect. Ooh, if only. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of the demolition field now. Or sack the demolition field to get rid of the cottage. So, we want to go with... This is tough. I think we want to go with an island. But definitely let me know like what kind of decks you guys would like to see, and for future videos, after this series, I would definitely like to hear some ideas and some feedback, throughout the journey. So, any ideas that you guys have or suggestions or anything you guys would like to see, please let me know. I think we're okay to get lost. The Sunslayer. It gets value after it deals combat damage.
Enough with the mysteries. I've come. We all have
So we're gonna go ahead and discard probably a lockdown. Because I think they're gonna play around lockdown anyways.
Fine. I know when I'm not wanted.
Hopefully they don't have another Liliana in hand. Oh.
I'll have this fight finished before brunch. Don't overthink things.
So I think we're gonna draw a couple of cards with 3 steps ahead. So we'll pass here. We could actually counter and draw 2, but then we still have to discard 1. Unfortunately, we have to discard 1 to itself. I think we just counter. But we could see anyways. Well, no. Let's just counter this. Of course they would have 2 Liliana. Within the first 4 turns, or how many turns has it been, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Alright. They're gonna crack open all these map tokens. So a Farsight Ritual in response. Silex would be perfect. I think a land and a Silex. Then just discard the land.
We all have things we love.
We definitely want to try to get rid of Liliana, of course, before she goes to 6 and is able to ultimate. Which at this point, I mean, we'd be left with 3, well, 2 to 3 land, I guess. Potentially getting hit for 6 off the Dread Knight here. Okay. We're... that's tough. Because, I mean... we want to be able to draw a couple of cards. But we also want to get the Silex down. If we found an untapped land, we'd be able to do both, I think, right? So we'll take this and the Sunfall. Which it wouldn't have really mattered what we would have chosen. It's going to get discarded either way.
Drop it.
But at least this way we can sacrifice the Silex, grab a Jace. We don't have the mana to be able to pay for it. Okay. I see you, TM Costa. Man. If we do go ahead and refill our hand a little bit, I mean, we could draw 5 cards. We have a Union of the Third Path, which is great, but they are going to ultimate their Liliana, I'm sure.
The others can deal. I'll be back one way or another. This fight's over.
I wonder how bad it's going to be with the piles. So I can choose to keep... I think I want to sacrifice pile 1. Okay. We could gain 6 life, go to 9. That would make me feel a little bit more comfortable, honestly. So Dread Knight, we got the temporary lockdown in hand. Okay, let's see. This is a sticky situation for sure. We were so close to being able to play our Silex and sacrifice it. Yeah, there's just nothing that we can do in this situation, unfortunately. Good game. Alright guys, so we haven't had a whole lot of luck with blue eye control as we've been as we moved into Platinum. Urza Silex was definitely the key card for that game. That's exactly why it's in there, because they play artifacts, enchantments, planeswalkers, creatures. They play a little bit of everything, like just a plethora of everything in a lot of these decks. So that's the reason why we had it. They did have the answer for it. We didn't have the counterspell. Just like a really unfortunate situation in that game. But we are still going to continue to move on, and we're going to continue to try to climb up to Mythic. Another 2-land hand. We do have some early interaction for a few turns, and we have the temporary lockdown as well as the Silex, and I don't really want to mulligan. Well, let's go, and hopefully we can draw into some lands. There we go. Very nice. We're playing against Golgari again. Again with the bat. We do have a few different answers. We're just going to go ahead and let it resolve. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and let them have it. Okay, so they just tried to sneak in a cottage over there. It does cost 4 to activate the cottage. So at this present moment, you know, we're okay. Alright, let's see what if we can get Archive down and hopefully something. There we go, that's perfect. And I'm sure that we're probably going to see like a Liliana. All right. And there it is. So we'll discard the land.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
We'll just go ahead and get lost as well.
This isn't how things were supposed to go. Don't overthink things.
Okay, and we'll pass a turn. It would have been nice to have been able to hang on to the get lost though for the cottage. Okay, Preacher, we'll let that resolve, and then we'll soul partition the Preacher. There's a demolition field for the cottage, so that's pretty perfect. Okay, what do they have? So, okay. Attacking for 2 with the bat. I'm sure they have removal if we try to activate our anchorage. Go ahead and pass here. Pass priority. Okay. Just waiting on them to play, you know, Liliana. Maybe they'll actually drop the 5th land and go ahead and try to play their Preacher, and then we'll counter and draw a couple of cards. Just really trying to slow them down more than anything. And you know, at this point, I'm kind of hoping that they do play the Liliana. I'm sure they've got it. Okay, yep. Play the Preacher. Go ahead and counter. Get rid of one of the planes. And it looks like they're just going to continue to hold on to everything in hand, which is, again, like playing conservative is exactly what you want to be doing against a control deck. You don't want to feed into Sunfall, obviously, right? You know, just get a creature down and start chipping away. Let's see. I think, okay, they're at 44. We'll just pass the turn here. I don't think they're going to actually try to get... I mean, they did try to play the Preacher. It would be nice to get something else in, like, temporary lockdown territory so we can take, you know, have a couple of targets for that. Might as well counter this. Okay, Silex. Getting that down. It would cost 2 to activate the demolition field. But also just dealing with the the one creature they have in play. I guess let's just do this, because, I mean, we're down to 11 life, and I'm just, you know, we're getting to the point now to where they just keep pinging us for 2 over and over and over again, and they're just going to continue to let that happen until we do something about it, so they're kind of forcing us to answer it. So let's see if they activate an anchorage, or not an anchorage, I'm sorry, a cottage. They still have enough mana to activate the cottage over there. We're gonna let this one happen, unfortunately. Okay, so they're just gonna go ahead and max out their Innkeeper's Talent, that's fine. Drew right into a Sunfall. We do have 2 no more lives, 3 steps ahead. I mean, we're looking okay. We have a demolition field for the Restless Cottage over there, at least one of them. So we're gonna pass. I hope I'm still not glitching out on you guys, if that was the case. Deep Cavern Bat. Again with the bat. Maybe we just... I mean, we have a Silex and Sunfall. Let's just let it happen. But of course, if we use the Silex, then they're going to get another bat from the temporary lockdown getting destroyed as well. That is the only awkward thing about having Silex in here, just because we have the Silex and the temporary lockdown. Okay, let's go ahead and get that one out of the way. Yep, we'll take action as well. It's kind of like, really? Like, if you're going to offer me the land, just... I guess there are certain situations where you're like, oh, well, I'm actually out of basics, so that's kind of embarrassing. Alright, we've found another demolition field. We're gonna get hit for 3 this turn. But unfortunately, we can't Sunfall and Demolition. Well, we can. But that is going to leave us wide open. I think it'll be okay, hopefully. This is going to be an awkward one, guys. Like, we're going to get rid of the Sunfall. We don't want to get the counters from the Innkeeper's talent. We are going to be completely tapped out here. I'm sure that they have another Liliana or something of the sort in hand. Okay, Vraska.
Phyrexian life will rise from your corpses. And taste your own
And that's the risk, right? So Vraska's doing some pretty solid work. I didn't really want to leave myself, completely tapped out because I kind of figured, but I was thinking more so Liliana than I was of Vraska. I've seen Vraska a lot lately, so I'm assuming that if you're running Golgari, that's pretty much a stable card at this point. But, pre Bloomburrow, we haven't really been seeing a whole lot, it's just recently that we started seeing a whole lot of Vraska. Jumping on right into another game. Jump right on into another game. Pseudo Ferez. Okay. I think we'll be fine. Start off with a waste. I do like the pet here. This is an Ornithopter pet. We got Boros. Probably gonna see some Emberheart, right? Emberheart Challenger. Well, we're gonna go ahead and take the opportunity to gain some life. And we'll drop a body on the ground here. Or we could go ahead and distract him with our main man here. We'll drop a lands and play Jace, why not? Oh, because we don't have the mana for it. Whoops. So in that case, we don't want to Silex this early. So let's just go ahead and pay the 3.
The weak-minded will be educated in Phyrexia's ways.
That is the cool thing about Jay. So like he can pay the 4, right? And then he comes in with 4 loyalty. But he does have completed, so you can pay 3 and 2 life. And of course they have to get lost. But you can pay the 3 and 2 life to get him out to play a little bit earlier. So it looks like we've got tokens deck here with the Urabrass Forge. Do not have a demolition field for the Restless, of course. So let's go ahead and drop a Silex. They very well may have an answer for it in this deck. Okay. So, I guess they haven't seen the Silex before. Maybe it's a little bit, it's kind of bewildering them a little bit. Gonna give the Restless +1. Okay, so Forge is a pretty good card. It's gonna have 3 counters, so they're gonna attack for like what, 7 next turn. And they're just gonna, okay, let's see. Really need to find a demolition field, I mean, or 2, honestly, for the Fountain Port. They've got a good amount of threats in Boros right now. We'll pass a turn. Another creature lands. Okay, let's go ahead and draw some cards here. This is not our best matchup either, guys. And I will be honest, like, red white tokens, especially with the Forge, it's pretty solid. Another thing about Soul Partition is that it does not get rid of the creature lands. It does, however, help us in a plethora of other situations. If we were to bounce the Forge and make it, and then they would just, I guess they would have to make the choice between casting that and activating. Costs 3 to activate, and that would cost, well. Okay, let's pass the turn. But more so, like, that was the reason why we put 4 Get Lost in the deck, so that, you know, it would help us a little bit more so against the creature lands. But Soul Partition is, I mean, we're just trying to find, you know, like a solid card to help us out. To kind of replace March of Otherworldly Light is what we've been trying to replace here. And we're just not quite there. So that's gonna, okay. Just take this out. Not necessarily out, but okay, we'll take the 4. So we did really well, you know, in bronze, silver, gold, like, you know, there was a couple of points where we went back and forth. We are seeing like a lot of different decks, like, and basically what we are seeing, even from like, you know, bronze up, we're seeing a lot of Boros tokens, and we are seeing a lot of, you know, either mono black discard or some form of like Orzhov or Golgari. And again, like, you know, I was expecting to see a lot more aggro, especially like bronze through gold and getting up to this level. But I mean, don't get me wrong, we have seen aggro, just not exactly like on the level in which I expected to see it. Okay. Let's get another land down. We could play the lockdown and then demolition field one of their, I think that's probably fair. They're going to end up making another token with the fountain port. Or no, I'm sorry. They drew a card, my bad. But they will end up making, you know, more tokens with fountain port, and they're gonna, hopefully they'll activate one of their restless so that we can demolition field in response. And we definitely need to find another demolition field for the other one, and we could really use some life gain from Union of the Third Path. And honestly, like, I already knew going in that this was going to be a bad matchup as soon as I saw the Forge. But, you know, I just wanted to kind of see, like, what options we have, like, what all answers are we missing? And how can we better prep ourselves for the next one? Okay, so they've got the 3 land to be able to pay for the No More Lies. I was wondering when we were going to see Caretaker's talent. That's the combo between Forge and talent there together. So we did find another demolition field. And they have 43 cards in their deck currently. I think we're just gonna pass. I almost feel like we need more draw spells. It might just be this game in particular. So yeah, every time a token comes into play, it does activate once each turn, but they're gonna get the card draw. Making copies. Let's go ahead and get rid of this thing. Might as well. So if we had more just removal in our deck that dealt with creature lands, then we could have used our demolition fields on the 2 fountain ports and then gotten rid of the Restless with just some other spot removal. So that's the reason why I think Soul Partition is going to have to be exchanged for something else. They have 3 tokens in play right now. We could Sunfall. I honestly didn't think that this game was going to last this long. Okay. Are you going to play the Forge? I only have 2 lands open. It would be a great time to play it. But of course, they know I have the Silex on the board. They're probably going to activate both your fountain ports. Okay. So, I have to resolve this. Well, you know, for them being like way ahead and up in life and up in cards, I mean, they sure are taking a little while to make a decision. Creature tokens you control get +2/+2. Okay, so they decided to do that first. We might as well activate here. We don't want to go down to 2 life. We're just trying to hold on, if at all possible. They can't activate their lands right now. They're completely tapped out. If once we do crack Silex, Carrot Cake is gonna create a 1/1. They're gonna be able to scry. We do have the other Sunfall. I think we go ahead and just Silex now. And then we'll auto pay. Go ahead and grab a Jace out of here. And then 6 lands, we'll choose... There we go. And forced them to choose 6 lands as well. So did anybody else like freak out about Jim Carrey being the Riddler back in the day? I really didn't like that role for Jim. I love Jim Carrey as an actor, one of my all-time favorites. But being the Riddler and wearing those green tights, I mean, more power to him, I guess. We might as well go ahead. Well, you know what? We're gonna hold up our counter spell. Okay, so a whole 9 cards in the graveyard. And then nothing in exile. They've only got 36 cards left. If we can find another Jace, again, I don't know if we're gonna live that long. Maybe they'll only attack us for 1 here this turn. We don't have enough mana to activate the anchorage. Okay, well, we live to see another turn. Not a bad draw. Let's see, they can activate... It only costs 2 to make a fish. We're down to 4 life. They could make 3 tokens. If we Sunfall, they're at least making 1 token. If we... Man, okay. Alright, so this lockdown... And then it would be so nice. We're at 6 lands. 7 would be really great. I guess we're going to hold up 3 steps ahead again. They are still 6 cards away from us being able to mill them out. So there's the 1/1. Another Caretaker's Talent. And then they could definitely pump it up to creature tokens get +2/+2. I think we just want to counter that out. Okay, and here comes another Forge. Alright guys, I think we're just... Unfortunately, we're done here. Let's go ahead and concede. I will, you know what, and I don't want to hear it. We've been doing really, really well. I'm not going to say it either. But we've been doing really, really well. This stream hasn't really, you know, once we got to platinum here, we haven't really been having a whole lot of luck, unfortunately, today. But that doesn't mean we're going to end the stream on a bad note whatsoever. We're going to jump right into another game, and we're going to keep our heads up, and we're going to keep pushing along. We're not giving up. We're gonna keep moving. Andy's coming. Nice. Toy Story reference. I like it. Who was your favorite Toy Story character? Let's see. All right, another 2-land hand. And see, this is this hasn't really been helping. Of course, it has been helping that I've been keeping the 2-land hand either. But of course, like seeing the temporary lockdown, we can't play the No More Lives as our current land sit. If we do come into the 3rd land, I mean, what are we up against, do we think? I'm gonna have to take a mulligan and stop keeping these 2-land hands. Alright, I think we will hold on to the Sunfall, the Union of the 3rd Path. Definitely want to hold on to the Silver Scrutiny, so unfortunately in this situation I think Jace goes to the bottom. And we ended up getting them back anyways, so that was pretty awesome. Convenient. Okay. So they are on... They got black, white, and red. Wonder how many other colors they have, or if that's it. Okay, we got the Crew Claw. So we have 2 Sunfall in hand. So whenever the infamous Crew Claw deals damage to a player, exile cards from top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You may cast that card by discarding a card rather than paying its mana cost. We could play the Jace and give him -3, but with them being black, white, red, I just don't think that's the call. Okay. They're running lockdown as well. Let's go to Union, gain some life. Play the tapped land this turn, and then we'll play the untapped the following, so we can go ahead and play the Sunfall. Pass a turn. What's up, Mr. Dragon? Okay, let's see what else they threw into exile here. Virtue of Persistence. And what do they have in their graveyard right now? So they don't have creatures in there. So we're not too worried about it at the current moment, but we're definitely going to want to get rid of this. Sure. We don't have a choice right now. We don't really have the option to counter it. Okay. We do have the option to destroy it, though. We're going to want to hold on to Get Lost for now. Let's see what they do in response. They're going to throw the Crew Claw. They're going to kill off the Crew Claw. Okay. See how many cards. They have 36 cards right now. Okay, 41. Alright, so the virtue of loyalty, the virtue of persistence, as well as a whole field worth of things. The crew claw costs 3. We're going to want to get rid of the virtue. So this is definitely a situation where we want Silex for sure. Okay, so there's the Silex that we need. We could really go for another land. We do have a couple of blockers. It would be nice to be able to play the Silex and activate it all in the same go. This happens during your upkeep. Because we could get rid of everything that's bothering us. We would take 8 from the attack. We'd have to activate. Alright. I think playing the Silex now is going to be the way we have to go. Hopefully they don't have an answer for the artifact. We could still activate one of our tokens on the attack here, but I'm sure they have an answer for some kind of removal. Get rid of the crew claw. Obviously, they don't want that either. Very intense matchups, guys. We could go ahead and Silex and then pay the 2, get the Jace. We have 6 lands in play currently. They're down to 37 cards. Again, I don't know if we're going to last that long, but we can try. Okay, we got out of a little bit of a sticky situation. They don't have a creature land as far as I can see. We did just draw a counterspell, and I think we're obviously going to hold that up, but we're getting closer and closer to being able to mill them out. We just got to get a couple more lands in hand. Okay, and they're not going to let us draw our cards, but we can, however, draw a couple off of 3 steps ahead. And we drew a 3rd Jace. We need the land. We're going to get rid of temporary lockdown. Okay. We could play a Jace now. And then next turn play 2 of them. Let's play 1.
Kapask. Imasahak.
I just feel like, you know, we're down to 8 life. I'm sure that they have a way to try to end out the game, but at least we can hold up 3 lands and make them think that we have the counter spell. Each player mills 10 cards. Okay, well, Breach the Multiverse is going to have to happen. Let's see what they have. Okay, so that's fine. We're at 31 cards. They're down to 4. And I think they're just going to ultimate the Jace here. They probably should. But that's not going to do it either. And that's fine. So we go to 16.
Every last thought to Phyrexia.
And we have the land that we need to be able to mill them out regardless. I mean, we have the 2 Jaces. This is only going to take 1 now. So they kind of helped us out there.
Surrender your mind to Phyrexia's will. Nothing could be more vulnerable than your memory. Kapask. Imasahak.
Okay. So we pull out the win there. Okay, so Platinum is definitely warranting us to make a couple of different changes in our deck. So I'm going to go ahead and spend some time going back and making a couple of changes. I don't think the Soul Partition is going to be one of the cards that we actually keep. So when we come back again, it'll be tomorrow. If you guys want to join me, I will do my best to be on time. And I'm going to go ahead and start this probably a little bit closer to 12 Eastern Standard Time if you guys want to join in. I do appreciate it if you stuck with me throughout most of the games here. Thank you so much for all your support. It really does mean a lot. It goes a long way. But anyways, if you guys want to like, subscribe, follow, definitely do so. Again, you know, support goes such a long way. Thank you so much. Again, can't thank you enough. I appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good evening.